Hello, how are we all doing today? I've been informed the last couple of days of some pretty exciting news with an update regarding Jack Della Maddalena's next fight. Now, I've broken or been informed about every Jack Della Maddalena fight. Literally just every fight. uh, you know, I broke Jack Della Maddalena versus Sean Brady when it was announced. I announced it, I should say. I also announced Jack Della Maddalena versus Kevin Holland. Randy Brown as well. And Gilbert Burns. So I would say I've got pretty good sources when it comes to Jack Della Maddalena. And this is a very trusted source. These are trusted sources with this information. I've talked to a couple sources. Now I will just put this right out there. I was told by another source that it would be JDM versus Kamaru Usman, but that was 3 days before I got told this news. Things change very quickly in MMA. I'm gonna say this every single time I talk about fight news or anything like that. It fucking changes quickly. This is not a normal sport where games are set and you can't change it. Opponents change, people are available, people aren't available. This sort of stuff is just all over the place. Sometimes injuries happen, etc., etc. But regardless, this is what I've been told. This is what seems to be the most likely fight. It's not Kamaru Usman. That is the big thing here. It's not Kamaru Usman. Now, I would imagine that this means that Kamaru Usman's probably going to be fighting Joaquin Buckley. If this is true. Now, it seems like everything's all over the place. People are being told different stuff. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it does end up being Usman. It's either going to be Usman or this other guy who I'm about to get to. But it does seem like it's going to be this other guy. Which is pretty crazy, which I'll get into when I announce it. But I think Usman's probably going to fight Joaquin Buckley now. Maybe Carlos Prates, something like that. And I don't think, this is what I've been told, that Jack Della Maddalena, this man here, JDM, he won't be fighting in Sydney. I'm going to just put that out there. He's not going to be fighting in Sydney. He's not going to be fighting in a home crowd setting. He's going to be fighting in the complete opposite of a home crowd setting. Because he's going to be fighting Leon Edwards at UFC London in March 27th, I believe this event will be. March 27th. Let me just double check that this is the date that this fight will be going down. March. Surely it's going to be March. March 22nd, sorry, not 27th. I don't know where I got that from. So March 22nd will be UFC Fight Night. Edwards versus Della Maddalena, more than likely or not. Now, why I want to say this is interesting, they under the same management. They're both Tim Simpson fighters. They're both chosen adversary fighters. So this is pretty interesting, all things considered, that this fight is even in talks, to be honest. But it does seem like this is going to happen. I've heard it from multiple sources from the JDM camp. Now, I just can't imagine that all these people are hearing this if there's no weight to it. Especially because, it doesn't appear like it's going to be Usman at all. Because I don't know what's going on with Usman, to be honest. I don't know why Usman's out of this equation, because it was looking very likely it was going to be Usman versus Jack Della. So I'm not sure what has happened to Usman, if he's injured. They found another opponent. But it does very likely we're going to see Jack Della Maddalena versus Leon Edwards in London, March 22nd. This is going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a really good fight. And I just want to say that chosen adversary, if this fight does 100% come together, if it's all signed, it happens, they don't give a fuck about Leon Edwards, because Jack Della Maddalena will knock out Leon Edwards. This is his best matchup in the top 5. This is JDM's best matchup. Especially you give him a 5-rounder. Like, yeah, Leon Edwards could maybe, win a couple rounds with some pitter-patter, running around, maybe get a takedown here and there. But you give JDM 5 rounds to find a knockout, he's eventually going to get that knockout. And this fight does make the most sense, all things considered. Leon Edwards is number 1 in the division. He lost to Bilal Muhammad. He needs to take a step back. He's already fought Usman 3 times. You can't run that fight back. Shavkat's fighting Bilal. JDM versus Leon Edwards, that's the next best fight. That's what you're going to give him. That makes all the sense in the world. Then Sean Brady can fight Usman maybe, or Joaquin Buckley can fight Usman. Brady can fight Ian Gary. Gilbert Burns is going to be fighting Michael Morales. Colby Covington, give him, I don't know, Carlos Prates, Jeff Neal, something like that. There's plenty of good fights to go around, but this fight, I think this is a perfect matchup for JDM. Leon Edwards has very good grappling. He did take down Usman, who's got great takedown defense. He did take down Bilal, who's got good takedown defense. But the thing is, very low output. JDM's got very good get-ups. Even if Leon Edwards does get him down, I imagine JDM will be able to get back to his feet. He's powerful. We've seen Edwards get hurt multiple times. He's been hurt by Brian Barberena. He got hurt on the feet by Bilal Muhammad. He almost got knocked out by Nate Diaz. And if you get 5 rounds, this is what I'm saying. Nate Diaz, in that 5th round, hurts Leon Edwards after losing most of the fight. If JDM is in that situation and he has Leon Edwards that hurt, he's going to knock him out. He is going to knock him spark out cold. And the thing also is, I know Bilal Muhammad has the takedown for it in their fight, but he was just letting Bilal Muhammad tee off on him. All he had was a pretty shitty high guard. But if JDM's in that situation, he's going to be battering Leon's body. Leon doesn't fight at a high output. JDM fights at a higher output. He's long, he's rangy, but JDM is a much better striker in my opinion. The grappling, like I say, Leon Edwards is going to try and wrestle. But the thing is, when Leon Edwards wrestles, he gasses. He does slow down. His cardio is not like this crazy thing. It's because he fights at very low output fights. JDM is going to do more damage in this fight. I think he's going to knock Leon Edwards out within 2 rounds. I think he's going to put on a beating on Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is not going to go in that fight to knock out JDM or anything like that. He's going to go in there to try and, survive, try and take him down, survive's maybe not the right word. He's going to go in there to try and... what's the word? He's going to try and avoid the fight. He's going to try and win the contest, not the fight. That is what I imagine Leon Edwards' game plan will be. So I hope this, fully comes together. It does seem like it's trending towards that decision, which is really weird. I don't know why they would want their 2 guys to fight, but at the same time, I guess it makes sense. JDM needs to step up. No bigger step up than Leon. Leon needs a bounce back opponent. But I feel like this is just not a good fight for Leon Edwards. And this is not me being biased, but we've seen Leon get hurt multiple times. He got dropped on his head by Bilal Muhammad. He got battered in that fight, in the stand-up too. So yeah, I think Jack Della is going to win this fight if this fight happens. Now, maybe they do JDM versus Usman, but I don't think that's likely with everything I'm hearing. But I guess we'll have to wait. It just seems weird, right? This just seems really weird that these 2 guys from the same management are going to fight. But I trust these sources. I'm gonna report it if I'm wrong. I guess they decide to go with Usman, but from what I'm hearing, it seems like this is the most likely opponent. This is what they're trying to make. And yeah, why would they turn it down? Why would Jack Della turn this fight down? Why would Leon Edwards turn this fight down? It's the best opponent he can get at this point. Highest ranked. Obviously, he's number 1 in the division. He's not going to be fighting Shavkat. Like I said, Shavkat's fighting Bilal. And Kamaru Usman, you can't run him versus Leon back for the 4th time. That just doesn't make any sense. Especially not for Leon, since he's 2-1 over him. So you got to do JDM. I know Sean Brady really wanted that Leon fight, but it looks like that they decided to go in the JDM direction. So yeah, that's all I had to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this potential matchup, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.